Hello students, Jinalisha welcomes you all on behalf of Saraswat International Academy. Today we will begin with the last part of the chapter Cell, the Unit of Life. So let us begin with the first organelle of today's lecture, that is cytoskeleton. As we know that skeleton, it maintains the shape of the body as well as it is responsible for the movement. Same way, there are certain components within the cytoplasm which maintains the shape of the cell and are also responsible for the motility. These elements which are present in the cytoplasm are called as the cytoskeleton. Cytoplasm, skeleton, that is the skeletal network present within the cytoplasm of the cell is called as cytoskeleton. An elaborate network of filamentous proteinaceous structures which consists of microtubules, microfilaments and intermediate filaments present in the cytoplasm is collectively referred to as cytoskeleton. So what is cytoskeleton? So basically they are the filamentous proteinaceous structure which comprises three things: microtubules, microfilaments and intermediate filaments present in the cytoplasm. So this filamentous proteinaceous structure present within the cytoplasm are called as cytoskeleton. Their general functions are, so the cytoskeleton is involved in many functions like mechanical support, motility and maintenance of the shape of the cell. So these are the three most important functions of the cytoskeleton: mechanical support, motility and maintenance of the shape of the cell. जैसे बॉडी का स्केलेटन है वो मोटिलिटी के लिए रेस्पॉन्सिबल है, बॉडी के फॉर्म के लिए, शेप के लिए, एज वेल एज इट प्रोवाइड्स द सपोर्ट टू द बॉडी. सेम वे the cytoskeleton, it also provides the mechanical support, motility and maintains the shape of the cell. Now let us study each of them in brief. The first one is microtubules. So basically microtubules are hollow unbranched cylinders or tube which are made of the protein tubulin and they are found in cytoplasmic matrix of all the eukaryotic cell. So what is the structure of microtubules? They are hollow unbranched tube-like structure which are made up of the protein tubulin and are found in all eukaryotic cells. Now, not only within the cytoplasm of the eukaryotic cell, these microtubules are also present in some other cell organelles. So, they are found in cell organelles like cilia and flagella. So, they are present in cilia and flagella. They are present in centrioles. They are present in the processes of nerve cells like axons and dendrites and are also present in the sperm tail. So, these are some other organelles where these microtubules are present. What is their general function? They help in maintaining the shape of cell. They maintain or they are responsible for cell motion and are also responsible for cellular transport of materials. So, shape के लिए, cell की movement के लिए and to transport the materials between the cell, the microtubules play the important role. It is also required in translocation of chromosomes. यानी chromosome के movement के लिए भी the microtubules play the very important role. The next component are microfilaments. So, these microfilaments are solid, unbranched, rod-like fibrils which are composed of protein actin and is found in almost all the eukaryotic cell. Microtubules कैसे थे? Hollow structure थे. But microfilaments are solid, rod-shaped, unbranched structures and they are made up of the protein actin. They are either scattered or are arranged parallel or are found in network-like form. They are associated. So, what is their function? Intercellular movement, cyclosis, that is movement of the cytoplasmic matrix in the cell. Cell के अंदर साइटोप्लाज्म की जो मूवमेंट होती है उसको बोलते हैं साइक्लोसिस. उसके लिए माइक्रोफिलामेंट्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. They are also responsible for the change in the form of the cell. It is by mistake it is written from, but basically it is form, FORM. So they are responsible to change the form, यानी सेल के शेप्स जब चेंज होते हैं उसके लिए भी माइक्रोफिलामेंट्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. Cell motion, amoeboid movement, translocation, that is transport of materials, as well as they are involved in muscle contraction. So that is regarding the microfilaments. The next one is the intermediate filaments. So these intermediate filaments are solid, unbranched, strong and durable protein filaments. So what are they? They are solid, unbranched, strong and durable protein filaments, and they are basically made up of three types of proteins. One is keratin, another one is desmin, and another one is vimentin. So these three proteins, they form the solid, unbranched, strong and durable filaments, which are called as intermediate filaments. They form the basket of fibers mainly near the nucleus and they support the other fibers. उनका काम क्या है? They provide the support to the other fibers. Now as they are made up of protein keratin, they are mainly present in the, or basically they are forming the structural proteins of skin and hair. अपने skin और अपना hair है उसमें keratin protein है, and therefore the intermediate filaments are major form, or basically they form the major structural proteins of skin and hair. They also maintain the shape of the cell. So that is regarding the cytoskeleton elements. Now let us begin with the next organelle, that is cilia and flagella. Cilia, the singular form is cilium, and flagella, the singular form is flagellum. We all know that these two organelles are mainly responsible for the motility, right? So what are cilia and flagella? So they are hair-like outgrowths of the cell membrane. So from the cell membrane arises hair-like outgrowths which are called as cilia and flagella. Cilia are small structures which work like oars, causing the movement of either the cell or the surrounding fluid. Now first of all, the cilia. Cilia कैसे होते हैं? They are small in size. So they are smaller structures which work like oar. What do you mean by oar? So basically जो बोट को रो करने के लिए long pole use होता है, that is called as a oar. So it is a long pole with a flat part at one end which is used for rowing the boat. जैसे बोट को मूव करने के लिए ओर की ज़रूरत होती है, सेम वे द फंक्शन इज ऑफ द सीलिया. सीलिया इट वर्क्स लाइक द ओर. इट कॉजेज आइदर द मूवमेंट ऑफ द सेल, जैसे ओर बोट को मूव करता है, सेम वे सीलिया इट इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कॉजिंग द मूवमेंट आइदर ऑफ द सेल और ऑफ द सराउंडिंग फ्लूइड. Flagella, they are comparatively longer and responsible for cell movement. फ्लैजेला का मेन काम सेल की मूवमेंट है, जबकि सीलिया सेल मूवमेंट as well as it is also responsible for the movement of the fluid surrounding it. The prokaryotic bacteria also possess flagella, but these are structurally different from that of the eukaryotic flagella. The flagella are also present in prokaryotes, but the structure of the prokaryotic flagella is different from the eukaryotic flagella. Now we will study the structure of the cilia and flagella. The electron microscopic study of a cilium or flagellum show that they are covered with a plasma membrane. So cilia and flagella are the organelles which are surrounded by a membrane. They are surrounded by a plasma membrane. Their core called as axoneme. उनका जो core portion है, जो central portion है, यानी कि प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के इनर पार्ट की हम बात कर रहे हैं. कंप्लीट सीलिया एंड फ्लैजेला इज सराउंडेड बाय प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. अभी प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर का जो पार्ट है, दैट इज कॉल्ड कोर. एंड व्हाट इज दैट कोर पार्ट कॉल्ड एज एक्सोनेम. Now what this exonym, suppose ये cilia है, right, or this is a flagella. So this is the plasma membrane of the cilia and flagella, and ये वाला जो part है, that is called as what? It is called as the exonym. What is it called as? It is called as the exonym. So cilia and flagella are surrounded by plasma membrane. Its core is called as exonym, and this exonym possesses a number of microtubules running parallel to the long axis. So what is their core or exonym composed of? Their exonym is composed of microtubules. इसीलिए जब हमने microtubule study किया तब हमने देखा that they are present in the organelles like cilia and flagella. So their core portion, that is exonym, is composed of what? Microtubules, and these microtubules are arranged in parallel fashion. Now, how are microtubules arranged in the exonym? What is exonym? It is the core part of the cilia and flagella. What is that core part or exonym composed of? It is composed of microtubules. Now, how are microtubules arranged in exonym? That is very, very important. The exonym usually has 9 doublets of radially arranged peripheral microtubules and a pair of centrally located microtubules. Listen very, very, very carefully. Suppose this is the core portion of the flagella or cilia. So ये cilia and flagella में peripheral portion में there are 9 doublets of what? Microtubules. So there are basically 9 doublets. Doublets यानी दो. So ऐसे दो दो microtubules के group होते हैं. कितने ऐसे groups है? 9 groups. And they are arranged peripherally. And central portion में एक पैर है जो एक पैर है. एक पैर यानी दो हुए. And these two are having a gap between them. जो सेंट्रली लोकेटेड माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल है वो कैसे है? दो है. एंड दो है लेकिन दो डबलेट नहीं है, एक दोनों सिंगल सिंगल है. एंड ये दोनों के बीच में क्या है? गैप है. सो टोटल कितने माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स हो गए? देर आर टोटल 11 माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स. सच एन अरेंजमेंट इज रेफर्ड टू एज 9+2 अरे और अरेंजमेंट. 9+2 यानी 9 डबलेट and 2 singlet. 9 doublets are arranged peripherally and 2 singlets are arranged where? They are arranged in the central portion. Okay. So 9 doublets are located peripherally and 2 singlets are located centrally. The central tubules are connected by bridges and is also enclosed by a central sheath which is connected to one of the tubules of each peripheral doublet by radial spoke. Listen very carefully. क्या बोला है? Suppose we are talking. Say for example this is a peripheral doublet. ऐसे कितने doublets है? There are total 9 doublets. And central portion में कितने microtubules है? 2. अभी ये दोनों microtubules के बीच में क्या है? एक ऐसा ब्रिज है. ऐसा एक ब्रिज है. Now ये सेंट्रल वाला जो है उसके सराउंडिंग एक शीथ है. ये सेंट्रल माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल है, उसके सराउंडिंग क्या है? शीथ है. नाउ ये शीथ से एक रेडियल स्पोक निकलते हैं जो एक एक ट्यूब्यूल्स को कनेक्ट करता है. से फॉर एग्जांपल ये डबलेट का ये एक शीथ है, एक रेडियल स्पोक है, इधर से और एक रेडियल स्पोक निकला, इधर से और एक रेडियल स्पोक निकला. सो from the sheath there arises a radial spoke, and this, or you can say one of the tubule of the peripheral doublet, it is connected to the central sheath by a spoke, by a radial spoke. इधर आपको और ज़्यादा क्लियर होता है. 2 microtubules which are single and lie at the center with a gap between them are called as central singlets. क्लियर हुआ? 2 माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स कहाँ पे है? जो सिंगल है. एंड कहाँ पे है? सेंटर पोर्शन में. और उनके बीच में क्या है? गैप है. से फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज वन, दिस इज अनदर. right? There arises a gap between them. So these are called as the central singlets. Now they are interconnected by a double bridge. So ये दोनों के बीच में क्या है? Connection है by a double bridge. And they are surrounded by what? They are surrounded by a central sheath. How are they surrounded? They are surrounded by a central sheath. The remaining 9 microtubules are double. Total 11 है. उसमें से दो किधर है? सेंट्रल पोर्शन में. वो कैसे अरेंज्ड है? सिंगली एंड दे आर हैविंग अ गैप बिटवीन देम. नाउ टोटल दूसरे जो 9 माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स है वो कैसे है? डबल है. एंड वेयर आर देर लोकेटेड? पेरिफेरली. सपोज दिस इज 1, दिस इज 2nd, दिस इज 3rd, दिस इज 4th, this is 5th, this is 6th, this is 7th, 8th and 9th. So ये कहाँ पे located है? Peripheral portion में. So the remaining 9 microtubules are double and they lie in the ring around the central microtubules. See, they are arranged in the ring-like manner surrounding the central one. What are these called as? These are called as the double or peripheral doublets. What are they called as? They are called as peripheral doublet. Now, what is it said? कि ये जो adjacent peripheral doublet है, they are also joined to each other by link. So, adjacent peripheral doublets के बीच में भी क्या है? Link है. Are you getting my point? So the all peripheral doublets, they are joined to one another by inter doublet link. Inter बीच में, doublet के बीच में, यानी दो internal दो adjacent peripheral doublets के बीच में भी connection है. And what are that connection called as? It is called as inter doublet link. A radial spoke extends from the central sheath to each of the peripheral doublet. Okay, central sheath में से radial spoke निकलते हैं and that radial spoke connects each and every peripheral doublet. So that is regarding the structure of cilia and flagella. Both cilia and flagella emerge from the centriole-like structure called as basal body. Cilia and flagella जो जहाँ से निकलते हैं, यानी दैट पोर्शन फ्रॉम ऑफ द सेल मेम्ब्रेन के जहाँ से सीलिया एंड फ्लैजेला निकलते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज बेसल बॉडी. एंड बेसल बॉडी का जो स्ट्रक्चर है, इट इज लाइक द ऑर्गेनल कॉल्ड एज द सेंट्रियोल. द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द बेसल बॉडी इज सिमिलर टू द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द centriole. So cilia and flagella, they arise from the basal body whose structure is similar to the centriole. See students, this is a diagram of cilia and flagella. This is the electron micrograph of the cilia and flagella and this is the internal structure. This is a plasma membrane. Now see, मैंने बोला कि centrally दो microtubules है and they are arranged singly. So this is one, this is another. इनके बीच में gap है and that gap is filled by the bridge. So ये वाला क्या है? It is a bridge which connects the central doublets, right? Or central singlets. Okay. Peripherally कितने microtubules है? 9. This is 1, this is 2, 3rd, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. अभी ये 9 कैसे है? डबलेट के फॉर्म में है, यानी दो दो है. दिस इज ग्रुप ऑफ 2, राइट. नाउ ये जो पेरीफेरल डबलेट्स है, दे आर इंटरकनेक्टेड. कैसे? इंटर डबलेट ब्रिज. देखो इसके और इसके बीच में ग्रीन कलर का पोर्शन है. दिस इज अगेन अ ग्रीन कलर पोर्शन कनेक्टिंग व्हाट? कनेक्टिंग द टू adjacent peripheral doublets. Okay, now see students, this is a central sheath surrounding what? The surrounding the central one. Now ये portion में से radial spoke arise होते हैं. See, these are the radial spokes and that radial spokes, it connects what? It connects one of the, or it is present in each of the peripheral doublet, जो इसको इसके साथ connect करता है. So that is regarding the structure of the cilia and flagella. Now The next organelle, that is centrosome and centrioles. So centrosome is an organelle usually containing two cylindrical structure called centriole located just outside the nucleus. So what is centrosome? Centrosome is a structure which is made up of two centrioles. The centrosome is an organelle which is made up of two centrioles, and normally it is present outside the nucleus. They are absent in higher plants. The pair of centrioles, see, centrosome is made up of what? Two centrioles, yani pair of centrioles. That pair of centrioles which comprises the centrosome is called as a diplosome. What is a pair of centriole called? It is called as a diplosome. They lie in a small mass of specialized cytoplasm that lack the other organelles and is called as centrosphere. Very, very, very important, students. जहाँ पे centrioles होते हैं, that portion of the cytoplasm where the centrioles are present, वो साइटोप्लाज्मिक रीजियन में दूसरे कोई भी सेल्यूलर ऑर्गेनल्स रहेंगे नहीं. से फॉर एग्जांपल ये सेल है, ये सेल का न्यूक्लियस है. से फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे सेंट्रियोल्स है. सो ये वाला साइटोप्लाज्मिक रीजियन जहाँ पे सेंट्रियोल्स है, ये वाले पोर्शन में दूसरे कोई भी सेल ऑर्गेनल्स नहीं रहेंगे. द cytoplasmic part where the centrioles are present, that cytoplasmic region does not contain any other organelle, and that is called as the centrosphere. What is centrosphere? It is the cytoplasm where centrioles are located, and that cytoplasm or that region of the cytoplasm lacks the other cell organelles. And this is called as the centrosphere. And the centrosphere and centrioles together, यानी centrioles and उसका cytoplasm के जहाँ पे दूसरे कोई भी organelle नहीं है, that is referred to as centrosome. So centrosome is centrosphere plus the centrioles. Now, structure of the centrioles. They are surrounded by the amorphous pericentriolar materials. So centriole के surrounding it is region is called as pericentriole material, and ये material कैसा है? amorphous है. amorphous यानी उसका कोई particular shape नहीं है, form नहीं है या structure नहीं है. Both the centrioles in a centrosome lie perpendicular to each other. So how many centrioles are there in the centrosome? 2. And how are they arranged? They are arranged perpendicular to each other. And each centriole is having a structure like a cartwheel. देखो centrosome के अंदर कितने centrioles है? 2 centrioles है. Each centrosome consists of how many centrioles? 2. And each of the 2 centrioles have a structure similar to the cartwheel. उसका स्ट्रक्चर कैसा है? सिमिलर टू द कार्टविल. यानी कि जैसे सीलिया एंड फ्लैजेला का हमने देखा कि पेरिफेरली 9 माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स है एंड सेंटर में 2 है, सेम वे इधर भी कुछ ऐसा अरेंजमेंट होगा. ईच सेंट्रियोल इज मेड अप ऑफ 9 पेरिफेरल माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल ट्रिपलेट्स of tubulin protein which lie in a ring. Now compare it with the structure of flagella. Flagella में क्या था? पेरिफेरल पोर्शन में 9 माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स थे, लेकिन वो कैसे थे? डबलेट्स थे. यहाँ पे क्या डिफरेंस है? हियर देर आर 9 पेरिफेरल माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल ट्रिपलेट्स. सीलिया एंड फ्लैजेला में 9 डबलेट्स थे, यहाँ पे माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स के ट्रिपलेट्स है. Okay, and here also they are arranged in a ring like manner. Here there is no microtubule at the center, जबकि cilia and flagella में क्या था? There were 2 microtubules singlet in the center, but in centriole there are no microtubules in the central portion. सेंट्रल पोर्शन में माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स नहीं है. यानी ये अरेंजमेंट कैसी हुई? 9 + 0, 9 पेरिफेरल ट्रिपलेट्स प्लस zero microtubules at the center. So that arrangement is called as 9 plus 2. 9 plus 0. Whereas in cilia and flagella it was 9 plus 2. The adjacent microtubule triplets are connected by linker. सेम वे जैसे cilia and flagella में doublets जो adjacent doublets थे they were interconnected. Same way here also the adjacent triplets are interconnected by linker. A fine radial fiber of protein joins each microtubule to the proteinaceous central hub of the cylinder. सेम होता है. सपोज दिस इज अ सेंट्रियोल. यहाँ पे माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स का क्या होता है? ट्रिपलेट होता है. से फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज अ ट्रिपलेट. सो हाउ आर दिस ट्रिपलेट्स अरेंज? दे आर अरेंज लाइक अ रिंग. नाउ यहाँ पे सेंट्रल पोर्शन में माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स नहीं है, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट it consists of what? It consists of the protein hub. क्या होता है? In the central portion instead of microtubules it consists of the protein hub. Okay. Now ये जो ट्रिपलेट है उसमें से रेडियल फाइबर्स निकलते हैं. These radial fibers are made up of the protein and this basically the radial fiber which arises from this protein hub, it joins what? It joins to one of the member of the triplets. Are you getting my point? So a fine radial fiber of protein, it joins each microtubule triplet to the proteinaceous central hub of the cylinder. ये central portion protein का बना है, peripheral portion triplets है. सो ये ट्रिपलेट्स प्रोटीन हब से कनेक्टेड है. कैसे? बाय अ रेडियल फाइबर. जैसे उधर स्पोक थे रेडियल, सेम वे यहाँ पे रेडियल फाइबर्स होते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट स्टूडेंट्स? सो दैट इज रिगार्डिंग द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द cilia, centrioles. Now what is the function of centrioles? The centrioles, they form the basal body of cilia and flagella, as well as they form the spindle fibers which form the spindle apparatus during the cell division. Now आप cell division का chapters जब study किया होगा तो आपने देखा होगा formation of spindle fibers, और you will study in 11th standard too कि cell division के time पे spindle fibers form होते हैं. These spindle fibers are responsible for the separation of the chromosome. सो ये जो स्पिंडल फाइबर्स है वो किसके बने हैं? सेंट्रियोल्स. सी स्टूडेंट्स, दिस इज अ डायग्राम ऑफ द सेंट्रियोल. दिस आर द पेरिफेरल ट्रिपलेट माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स एंड इनके बीच में कनेक्टिंग फाइबर्स. यहाँ पे आप लोग देख सकते हो कंप्लीट कार्टविल लाइक अरेंजमेंट. सी स्टूडेंट्स, दिस आर द पेरिफेरल ट्रिपलेट्स. ये सेंट्रल पोर्शन क्या है? दिस इज प्रोटीन हब. अभी ये जो पेरिफेरल वाले हैं वो कनेक्टेड है. सो देखो उनके बीच में का कनेक्टिंग फाइब्रिल्स, एंड दिस आर द रेडियल फाइब्रिल which connect the triplet to the protein hub. So here you can see that the structure is similar to the cartwheel. So that is regarding the centrioles. The next organelle or next part is the nucleus. So nucleus as a cell organelle was first described by Robert Brown as early as 1831. So nucleus एक organelle है. ये किसने डिस्कवर किया था? रॉबर्ट ब्राउन ने. लेटर द मटीरियल ऑफ द न्यूक्लियस स्टेन्ड बाय बेसिक डाई was given the name chromatin by Fleming. Okay, later Fleming said that the nucleus के अंदर का जो मटीरियल है जो बेसिक डाई से स्टेन होता है उसको उसने क्या नेम दिया? क्रोमेटिन. क्रोमेटिन इज अ कलर्ड मटीरियल. ओके, सो within the nucleus, or basically the part of the nucleus or the material of the nucleus is stained by the basic dye and it gives a colored appearance. And what was it called as? It was called as chromatin. And who gave the name chromatin? Fleming. The interface nucleus. What is interface? द न्यूक्लियस ऑफ द सेल व्हेन इट इज़ नॉट डिवाइडिंग, यानी जब सेल डिवीजन नहीं हो रहा है, ये टाइम पे जो न्यूक्लियस का जो स्टेज बोलते हैं, इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज व्हाट, इंटरफेज. So the interphase nucleus has highly extended and elaborate nucleoprotein fibers called chromatin, a nuclear matrix, and one or more spherical bodies called nucleoli. Okay, nucleus के अंदर क्या होता है? So interphase के टाइम पे, इंटरफेज यानी जब सेल डिवीजन नहीं हो रहा है, ये टाइम पे न्यूक्लियस के अंदर आप क्या देखोगे? So there will be the presence of the fibers, and these nucleoprotein fibers are called as chromatin fibers. Then you will see a matrix, matrix यानी fluid, and you will also see a small spherical bodies which are called as the nucleolus. So nucleus consists of chromatin fibers, nuclear matrix, and nucleolus. The electron microscopy has revealed that the nuclear envelope consists of two parallel outer and inner membranes with a space of approximately 10 to 50 micrometer called perinuclear or intermembrane space, and it forms a barrier between the materials present inside the nucleus and that of the cytoplasm. So each nucleus is surrounded by two nuclear membranes, outer and inner. ये nuclear membrane के बीच में gap होती है. That gap is called as a perinuclear space, and this gap, it act as a barrier for the materials. It will allow, or it will decide which materials to be entered within the nucleus or which material to be removed from the nucleus. So you can say it act as a barrier of the materials between the inner part of the nucleus and the outer and the cytoplasm. The outer membrane usually remains continuous with the endoplasmic reticulum and bears ribosomes on it. Outer membrane के surrounding endoplasmic, or it will be in contact with the endoplasmic reticulum, also it will have the ribosomes on it. At number of places, the nuclear envelope is interrupted by pores called nuclear pores, which are formed by the fusion of its two membrane. Okay, at certain portion, the two membranes they fuse with each other, and ये portion पे कि जहाँ पे दो membrane एक दूसरे से fuse होती है, that portion will have the gap, pores. And what is that pores called as? It is called as a nuclear pores. These nuclear pores are the passages through which movement of RNA and protein molecules takes place in both directions between nucleus and cytoplasm. So through the pores, movement of protein and RNA takes place in and out of the cytoplasm, in and out of the nucleus in both direction. यानी क्या बोला, प्रोटीन सेल न्यूक्लियस के अंदर जा सकता है या प्रोटीन न्यूक्लियस के बाहर भी आ सकता है. सो न्यूक्लियर पोर्स आर द पैसेजेस फॉर व्हाट, आरएनए एंड प्रोटीन्स. Normally there is only one nucleus per cell. Variations in the number of nuclei are also frequently observed. Normally one cell will contain one nucleus, but there are variations too. The examples of multinucleated cell are braid mold, म्यूकर, स्ट्रेटेड मसल फाइबर, पैरामोशियम. ये सब ऐसे एग्जाम्पल है कि उनके सेल में मोर देन वन न्यूक्लियस आर प्रेजेंट. There are some cells which even lack the nucleus. Example, erythrocytes of many mammals and sieve tubes of the vascular plant. So normally one nucleus is there, but there are certain cases where more than one nuclei may be present, and there are certain cases के जहाँ पे nucleus होगा ही नहीं. The nuclear matrix are also called as the nucleoplasm. What is nucleoplasm? जैसे सेल के मैट्रिक्स को साइटोप्लाज्म बोलते हैं, वैसे न्यूक्लियस के मैट्रिक्स को न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म बोलते हैं. इट इज़ अ फ्लूइड मटीरियल इन द न्यूक्लियस. सो व्हाट इज़ न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म? जैसे सेल के अंदर, सेल साइटोप्लाज्म के अंदर ऑर्गेनल्स होते हैं, वैसे न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म के पास क्या है, न्यूक्लियोलस which is a little nucleus inside a nucleus and a chromatin. So let us study first of all the nucleoli or the little nucleus. The nucleoli are dense spherical structures without membrane present in the nucleoplasm. So nucleoli are the spherical structures which are not surrounded by any membrane within the nucleoplasm. यानी हम बोल सकते हैं कि न्यूक्लियोलस का कंटेंट है वो न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म से कैसे है, इट इज़ कंटिन्यूअस. क्यों कंटिन्यूअस है, क्योंकि उसके सराउंडिंग मेम्ब्रेन नहीं है. द कंटेंट ऑफ द न्यूक्लियोलस इज कंटिन्यूअस विथ रेस्ट ऑफ द न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म एज इट इज़ नॉट मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड स्ट्रक्चर. न्यूक्लियोलस के पास मेम्ब्रेन नहीं है, यानी न्यूक्लियोलस इज इन कंटिन्यूटी विद द न्यूक्लियोप्लाज्म, और यू कैन से nucleolus is in direct contact with the nucleoplasm. What is the function of nucleoli? It is a site for active ribosomal RNA synthesis. यानी rRNA का synthesis, ribosomal RNA का synthesis कौन करता है, nucleolus. Larger and more numerous nucleoli are present in the cells actively carrying out protein synthesis. जो सेल का काम है प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस, और दो सेल्स विच आर एक्टिवली इन्वॉल्व्ड इन प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस, वो सेल में लार्जर एंड मोर अमाउंट ऑफ न्यूक्लियोलाई आर प्रेजेंट. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज अ क्रोमेटिन. द इंटरफेस न्यूक्लियस, यानी कि जब सेल डिविजन नहीं हो रहा है, it has the loose and indistinct network of nucleoprotein fibers which are called as the chromatin fibers. But during the different stages of cell division, इंटरफेस में हम क्या देखते हैं, क्रोमेटिन फाइबर्स. लेकिन जब सेल डिवीजन हो रहा है, ये टाइम पे ये क्रोमेटिन फाइबर्स जो होते हैं वो कंडेंस होते हैं एंड कॉइल होते हैं. By the condensation and coiling of the chromatin fibers at the time of cell division, the structure called as a chromosome is formed. Are you getting my point, students? So during the different stages of cell division, cell shows structured chromosome in the place of nucleus. So instead of chromatin fibers, at the time of cell division, what happens? The chromatin fibers, they are condensed and they are coiled. And what do they form? They form the chromosome. Now what is chromatin made up of? A chromatin contains DNA and some basic proteins called histone and some non-histone proteins and also the RNA. So chromatin किसका बना है? Chromatin consists of DNA, it consists of basic proteins called histones and non-histone proteins as well as the RNA. A single human cell has approximately 2 meter long thread of DNA distributed among its 46 or you can say 23 pairs of chromosome. अभी एक DNA की लेंथ कैसी होती है, 2 meters. Now see, the cell is too small and उसके अंदर ये 2 meter के thread को accommodate करना, यानी it is a very complicated process. So that is called as the DNA packaging. के ये 2 meters जो long thread है उसका coiling, super coiling होते होते वो सेल के न्यूक्लियस के अंदर फिट हो जाता है. That is DNA packaging, which you will study in detail in your 12th standard. Now structure of chromosome. Every chromosome which is only visible in the dividing cell, interphase cell में आप नहीं देखोगे. बेसिकली सेल डिवीजन का जब मेटाफेज स्टेज आएगा, ये टाइम पे आप प्रॉपर क्रोमोसोम के स्ट्रक्चर को स्टडी करते हो. सो एट every chromosome essentially has a primary constriction or a narrow region. So each and every chromosome will have a constriction, a narrow region, that is called as the centromere. And ये centromere के surrounding disc shaped structure है which are called as the kinetochores. Say for example, this is a structure of the chromosome, right? So ये क्रोमोसोम का सेंट्रल पोर्शन है, उसको ये कंस्ट्रिक्टेड है, देखो नैरो हो गया है. ये वाले पार्ट को बोलते हैं सेंट्रोमियर. सेंट्रोमियर के सराउंडिंग डिस्क शेप्ड स्ट्रक्चर है, एंड दिस डिस्क शेप्ड स्ट्रक्चर सराउंडिंग द सेंट्रोमियर is called as what? It is called as the kinetochores. Clear? So each chromosome has a primary constriction called as a centromere, whose sides are surrounded by disc shaped structure called kinetochores. The centromere holds two chromatids of the chromosome. These are the two chromatids of the chromosome. Now sometimes few chromosomes have non-staining secondary constrictions at a constant location. Now there are certain chromosomes के जिसमें primary constriction किसको बोलते हैं? Centromere. Compulsorily each and every chromosome will have the centromere. यानी each and every chromosome will have a primary constriction or centromeres. But there are certain chromosomes के जिसमें secondary constrictions भी होते हैं, यानी दूसरे नैरो पोर्शन भी होते हैं. सो दैट सेकेंडरी कंस्ट्रिक्शंस कैसे होते हैं? नॉन स्टेनिंग होते हैं, उनका स्टेनिंग पॉसिबल नहीं है, एंड दे आर बेसिकली हैविंग द कांस्टेंट लोकेशन, उनकी पोजीशन चेंज नहीं होगी. एंड ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द सेकेंडरी कंस्ट्रिक्शन, और यू कैन से सेकेंडरी कंस्ट्रिक्शन के बाद में का जो पोर्शन होता है, it gives the appearance of the satellite. Say for example, ये एक क्रोमोसोम है, ये उसका क्या है? Sorry students, suppose this is a centromere, this centromere is a primary constriction. Okay, so ये एक normal cell क्रोमोसोम हुआ. Now there are certain cells क्रोमोसोम्स के जहाँ पे दूसरे कंस्ट्रिक्शंस भी होते हैं. से फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे एक सेकेंडरी कंस्ट्रिक्शन हुआ, सो ये सेकेंडरी कंस्ट्रिक्शन के बाद में के पोर्शन को क्या बोलते हैं? सैटेलाइट पोर्शन. इट गिव्स द अपीयरेंस ऑफ द सैटेलाइट. सो दैट इज रिगार्डिंग द सेकेंडरी कंस्ट्रिक्शन. नाउ वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ द क्रोमोसोम्स. सो बेसिकली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द पोजिशन ऑफ द क्रोमोसोम सेंट्रोमियर, सेंट्रोमियर का लोकेशन क्या है, उसका पोजीशन क्या है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग देर आर 4 टाइप्स ऑफ द क्रोमोसोम्स. द फर्स्ट वन इज मेटासेंट्रिक क्रोमोसोम, जहाँ पे सेंट्रोमियर इज लोकेटेड इन द सेंट्रल पोर्शन, और यू कैन से इन द मिडल ऑफ द क्रोमोसोम. सो इट फॉर्म्स द 2 equal arms of the chromosome. So what is metacentric chromosome? A metacentric chromosome is a chromosome which have a middle centromere, and as the centromere is located in the middle, the 2 arms of the chromosomes are having the equal length. Submetacentric, it means that the centromere is located slightly away from the middle of the chromosome. मेटासेंट्रिक में सेंट्रोमियर मिडल है, सब मेटासेंट्रिक में इट इज लोकेटेड लिटिल अवे फ्रॉम द मिडल. सो इट रिजल्ट्स इन 1 शॉर्टर आर्म एंड 1 लॉन्गर आर्म. कैसा अरेंजमेंट बनता है? इट विल हैव 1 शॉर्ट आर्म एंड 1 लॉन्ग आर्म. द नेक्स्ट वन इज द एक्रोसेंट्रिक क्रोमोसोम. द एक्रोसेंट्रिक क्रोमोसोम इज अ क्रोमोसोम where the centromere is situated close to the end, यानी क्रोमोसोम के एंड पोर्शन पे सेंट्रोमियर लोकेटेड है. इसकी वजह से 1 आर्म इज वेरी लार्ज एंड 1 आर्म इज वेरी शॉर्ट. As the centromere is located near the end of the chromosome, what happens? 1 arm is short and 1 arm is long. And the last one is telocentric, where the centromere is terminal, or you can say it is located at the tip of the chromosome, and hence the arms are located on one side only. एक ही side पे सब arms located है. By the diagram it will be more clear to you. Say students, this is the metacentric one. यहाँ पे this is a centromere located at the center. This is the one arm and this is the other arm. Both arms are which type? Of equal length. Submetacentric, this is away from the center. So one arm is short and another arm is long. acrocentric, near to the end. So one is very short and another arm is very long. And here see, you can see it is located at the tip of the chromosome. So the two arms are located at one side only. This is a diagram which is given in your book. See students, this is a metacentric with the secondary constriction. देखो यहाँ पे secondary constriction है and ये वाले को क्या बोलते हैं? Satellite. This is submetacentric, away from the center. So one is short and another one is long. Then this is, you can say, acrocentric, near the end. One is extremely short, another one is extremely long. And this is a telocentric one located at the tip. This again, ये diagram से और ज़्यादा clear होगा. This is a centromere, two arms of equal length, metacentric. Then submetacentric, centromere away from the center, one is short arm and another one is long arm. Acrocentric, that is located at the end, and this is a primary secondary constriction, satellite, and this is away tip portion, that is telocentric. So that is regarding the types of the chromosome. Now last organelle is the microbodies. So they are the single membrane bound minute round vesicle or sac which are present in both plant and animal cell. So microbodies, they are the sac like structure surrounded by the single membrane and are present in both plant and animal cell. Now ये microbodies के अंदर क्या होता है? Enzymes होती है. And कौन सी enzymes? Those enzymes which carry out the oxidation reactions not involved in respiration. Normally oxidation reaction respiration से connected है, but there are many oxidation reaction not related to respiration. So microbodies के अंदर oxidation reactions के लिए enzyme होती है, but ये जो enzyme जो oxidation reactions करती है वो respiration के oxidation reactions नहीं करती. See students, this is a structure, this is a central portion जहाँ पे enzyme होगी, and this is a plasma membrane और single membrane जिसके surrounding क्या होता है? Lipid layer होता है. So that is regarding the microbodies. So students, we end the chapter here. We have studied the cytoplasmic organelles, different organelles present in the cytoplasm, as well as we have also studied in detail the structure of the prokaryotic cells. We have studied the organelles present in the eukaryotic cell. So we end our lecture here. Thank you students.